Anlin says Star Destroyer. Yeah, very Star Wars. Right? The Star Destroyers are those big like triangular ones, these things. Pizza slice flying through space. This is the dip. You dip your chip. Dip. I'm going to bring up this other one I did for size so I can make sure I'm kind of drawing them. So when I put them all next to each other, they look nice and pretty. I want them to look nice and pretty, you guys. Been using these symmetry tools a lot. It's super nice for just getting things started and making sure they're actually balanced. I haven't drawn it all today. These first few lines are going to be rough. When you said balanced, I think like all things should be. Yeah, absolutely. What is it? Let's see if I can do it on this. The Thanos. Oh God. I can't do it. So what kind of materials should this be? You know those like the Japanese like teacups or plates, and then they break and then they put them back together and they fix them with gold. I'm thinking it either would be like that, except that in the steel, instead of it being like gold holding these little pieces together, or like resin, it would be like this kind of galaxy material, this kind of glowy stuff, or it would be harder for me to paint, but maybe really good practice would be where it's like a clear material, and inside of this clear material is kind of these little galaxies. So the sword might be darker. I'm not sure exactly how I want to do it. I think that's everything that's symmetrical. So now I want to turn this off. And I'm also going to turn this guide off. Okay. Okay, way better. Just so helpful for getting it started, right? Viverette, how about on the blade, use those materials like marble material with a glow in some of the lines. Cool. Yeah. I like that, like a marble. That's a great comparison. Thinking of how these create some angles on the bottom here, because I have a hard edge here and a hard edge here, and that means there's some folds happening. Does that look more celestial? It looks more like it could be like, you know, a little little constellation thing happening. Here is the part of the drawing where we just practice to fail faster. It's like, okay, I'm going to continue that way. Now, something that has happened is since I put this little galaxy shape here, this kind of intersects in a way I don't like. So I'm going to bring this up higher. Make this a little wider. Make it look stronger, more stable. Seems like it would kind of break where it currently is. You guys playing games or making anything tonight? Hanlon, oh, you're drawing. Yeah. You coloring in your rose and quill. I saw a little sneak preview of it. It was looking really cool. I love that the galaxy is coming out of the sword and like little kidney bean. They look like little beans. Viverette, intending to learn to draw too. I'm just organizing a few things here because I recently entered a new college course. Hey, awesome. What course, if you don't mind my asking? Because I'm nosy. I'm curious. Resume what I stopped a few years ago. Product design? Cool. That's awesome. Product design is super fun. Oh, I'm really excited for you. Congrats. And thanks to God, I won a scholarship? No way. Oh, that's fantastic news. This is now officially a Corwin birthday celebration and Viverette scholarship celebration. Do this one. This one seems the most simple. Because I want the main focus to be the cool blade thing. Gonna stretch the F out of this thing. Yeah, the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League is out, and I try to watch every superhero movie because I love them. What can I say? And I watched that one, and I didn't like the original one. And I can say I don't like this one either. I hate to be a stick in the mud. Again, superhero movies are some of my favorite. Like, I love them, and I love the comics, love the old stories, but man, this one was a drag. It was just weird. It's like the special effects were so beautiful, but then the dialogue would be so terrible, and it would take me completely out of the moment. I would absolutely lose interest. And Lynn, 4 hours. Not worth it all. Yeah. I would rather watch 4 hours of most TV shows than watch that thing. And I didn't even watch it in one sitting. I watched it in several sittings, and it was still too much. The perspective is a bit weird on this. So up here at the top of the sword, we're looking up at the sword. Here, it's flat, and then at the bottom, it's going like this. So you have a curve here. So I think I need to decide a direction. If it's going to be all this way, or if it's going to be this way. And then I'll make this so these aren't as extreme. Cool. I feel like this would be the most impractical sword, but it looks so badass. But aren't like all the coolest weapons super impractical looking in movies and things like that? There, that feels better. Cool. Nope. Contrarian. Only if you play JRPGs. Ooh, I do play a lot of JRPGs. That being said, having horned helmets is also extremely impractical, and yet, how many things have you seen with those? Yeah, in Gladiator, when he's fighting, he takes off his helmet and spikes the guy. I was like, oh my god, it's so brutal. Today we're going to be doing some flat colors on this, refining some edges, living the dream as old dudes say at the gas station when you ask them how they're doing. Oh crap, that's rough. I think you have to replace some stuff. I think it's such a small leak. I think I can just take the pipe out, put in epoxy, put it back in, and I think it should be good. But also, I have no expertise when it comes to plumbing. So we'll see. All is good. It's not currently leaking, fortunately. And I've got the Cosmos Cleaver to keep me company. H North, I say that daily. LOL, always living dreams. Also, I believe in you. Thank you. Thank you. I needed the moral support because when I cleaned out what was in that pipe, it was so gross. I'm not like a person who throws up or gets sick very easily, but that was the grossest freaking thing. Morbid Ordeal says, when I grow up, I want to work in a gas station. Yeah, you just you get to live out the movie Clerks. You get to just enjoy some snacks, grab the old salami. And Three Ninjas says it's going well, just arting and vibing. Hey, this is the place. I swear, everybody that watches this, I ask them what they're doing, and they're like, just drawing. Yeah, join the club, join the art club. H North. Follow your dreams, Morbid Ordeal. And hey, and Three Ninja. Morbid Ordeal. I literally just got back from Cub. I was wearing a silver Sagan t-shirt. Some guy stopped me and said, hell yeah, Carl Sagan, and showed me a Sagan tattoo on his calf. No way. Yeah, Carl Sagan, it's like, if you know him, you generally really like him. One of my friends is reading a book about kind of his response to how like religion has damaged the world, and it seems super fascinating. And Three Ninjas says gas station attendants. That's interesting. You get to know a lot about people and their stories. I love Carl Sagan. It definitely like very much you don't know about Carl Sagan or you love him, I think. Yeah, the calf tattoo that's like next level commitment. I heard somebody ask the other day, how come sometimes demo music is better than the finished album product? If there's a band you like and you've heard a demo recorded, and then you go, that's a really cool song, and then you hear the finished, polished version of it, and it loses some of its life. And I'm not quite sure what that is, but I think it has something to do with spontaneity. And I think it has something to do with not repeating something a million times. I cannot for the life of me memorize the color. I try to learn it through the scientific route, learning why things look like that. Yep. Yeah, just the other day we were looking at color temperature in pieces of art, and I'm very much still learning all of this. Getting into the scientific side of it, like you said, figuring out value, figuring out complementary colors and tertiary colors and all that stuff. And then there's like another layer to it. It's like understanding it versus being able to do it. You know, it's like I can look at a piece and go, yes, that painting is made of painting, but it doesn't necessarily mean I can I can do it. Let's see, maybe we'll make this planet this kind of dark red here. I should make my brush a little smaller so I can... You guys want to see something hilarious? I totally made a... for work earlier, I had to draw a bunch of grains, so I made a grain brush. So what I do is I paint with white, and I make the layer style have a stroke, and then I set the brush to scatter, and now I can paint grain seeds really, really fast because I did not want to sit and draw a gajillion circles. My wrist and my brain thanked me after doing that. Ninja, my entire workflow on PC is just Photoshop. Oh, and I missed the other ones. Usually sketching and inking traditionally, digital illustrations on the digital, Procreate on the iPad, Photoshop on the PC, brushes and workspace. I think we're incredibly similar, except I used to do my sketching and inking and all that traditionally, and then I would bring it in and color it. And I think for the sake of streaming mostly, and sometimes just convenience, I've opted more into the digital workspace. But that being said, it's still such a pleasure to draw on physical media and go that direction with it. That's awesome. Has commission work been good to you lately? I felt like when quarantine started, I felt like my commissions just started popping off. Nothing beats a book, I'm telling you. Commissions halted for a bit since I had the sickness. But I'm resuming them again since I'm out of isolation. Got about 3 or 4, pays for some of my bills. That's awesome. I'm glad you're out of isolation again. Did you lose your taste? A few of my friends who had gotten it, they were like, "Yep, lost my taste for 2 months." And also, when you said the sickness in quotations like that, my mind immediately went to Disturbed. Come on, you net ninja, get up and get down with the sickness. Open up your PC workflow and let it flow into me. H North, the Insta algorithm has been such a bummer lately. I agree. And not that I really want to do things to fulfill an algorithm or be popular. You know, that stuff doesn't make you happy, of course. But that being said, I do remember before I was a student, before I went to art school, I put in very minimal time doing drawings, very minimal time. And people who didn't know who I was, had just seen my work, were finding me. And then I would find their work and I would be really excited. And it was like this really cool community. And I got I think I got up to like 900 followers, and I never put effort into like hashtagging or liking other people's things or following other. I just literally drew, and people would sort of come in and I would learn them. And then it was like after Facebook purchased them, there was this really weird shift to it's like we won't show your art or your whatever you make, your clothes or your photography, whatever. We're not going to show it to other people unless you pay. And it kind of switched to that weird pay model. Net Ninja says, it's always been a bummer. They just focus us on other special people. Net Ninja's use of quotation marks is pretty badass. Net Ninja, I just use Instagram for client work and marketing, to be honest. H North, 100%. Yeah. I do get a decent amount of like commission streams through there just because I don't necessarily think people are going to like my website. They're probably finding me on there. But you know what? That's okay, because I'd rather hang out with you guys anyways. And all the work that I'm creating here is just going into my portfolio anyways. So, Yeah, thanks for joining me for extended 2-year portfolio updating. Client's too lazy to check the websites. It's so sad. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Oh, it's so funny. Darkening this sword up a little bit. And I'm giving it more of a red-orange tone to kind of push it more towards making this blue-green stand out. Oh my gosh. There's a fly right here. Okay, I'm going to ignore it. I'm ignoring the fly. Oh, I can't ignore it. Oh, can I get it? It's so small. It's one of those little fruit flies. Extended car warranty says, it's great to be safe and so should your car. If you assistance extending your car's warranty, we would love to help. Thanks, extended car warranties. I'm good to go. But thank you for joining. Does your insurance cover, like, if I have a clown car, how many passengers can I have in it? Will it still cover it? This is time to shine. I can't help but think I'm going to be, like, uploaded to some YouTube channel. No worries. Have a great day. Extended car warranties. You're not allowed to upload my likeness to YouTube channels unless you have my permission. So you better give me some free car insurance. H North, what did I come back to? In the extended car warranty universe, which is similar to like Marvel multiverse, I was being shilled on getting a car warranty. Net Ninja, hey North, do you want to buy some car warranty? I shall give you a good rate. Don't listen to extended car. Yeah, Net Ninja and extended car warranties are going to get into a crazy bidding war right now. Extended car warranty says we do not record videos or sounds for quality assurance. You are safe. This is the best bit. Like, I appreciate the commitment. Okay, this is a voicemail that I got. And I'm going to read it with the transcription that's incorrect because it makes it better. Warn you that this case is critical and time sensitive. If required, your urgent attention as criminal case can be registered on your name. If you do not want to get arrested, press 1 to speak to the officer. Hi, this call is from Social Security Administration. We would like to notify you that we have God in order to suspend your social immediately within 24 hours due to suspicious and fraudulent activity found on your social. We regret to inform you that this case is critical and time sensitive. It requires your urgent attention as criminal case can be registered on your name. If you do not want to get arrested, press 1 to speak to the officer. And then my phone asks, was this transcription useful or not useful? It's absolutely useful. And then Ninja, we have God in order. You're done for. Yeah, I gotta be careful. I got God to answer to now. Press 1 to speak to officer. Press 2 to place an order with KFC. Ooh. Get arrested for life or delicious double-decker sandwiches. Oh my god. This is what the sword started out like, and I wasn't happy with the handle, so here's the first paint through. Oops. This was like the first stream. And let me get to just like a normal brush. Okay. So I was using kind of these sections as a reference. Stuff over here. And it turned out a little wonky. Like I didn't really felt like it fit the rest of the sword. You know, you have like these kind of more like big shapes and it had knots in it, and it looked like these were kind of the only thing holding it together. Also, this looks like a person. Hey. The idea was to paint it maybe more like these pieces of wood up here, in that they have small grooves, but they're a little more monotone, and they have little divots and maybe some paint kind of scratching away. So earlier today, H North is deceased. Here, quick, take this revive. I didn't like it. I wasn't feeling it. So I spent like an hour today after work and I made this. Turn it on and off a few times so you can see. And all I was really doing was a couple of things. I was using these colors, and I was focusing more on not having the wood, like, you know, if this is a piece of wood, not having these pieces of wood like bend in and then have dark areas between them. Less of that, and more of having basically like a rounded piece of wood like this, and then having it be, you know, kind of darker on one side, lighter on the other side. And the result of that was this, and I was able to incorporate these little hook patterns, and I feel like it fits the vibe of the sword a little better. Whoops. What? Just, yo, pound away. Immortalize the pounding. It literally is no worries. Also, it helps steal my mind. Mm-hmm. This is like the waterfall training. This piece is, I'll draw it at an angle here so we can see. Whoop, whoop. I was thinking it'd be shaped like this. And then, so now this side, you have the sextant attaching. So I basically was imagining it that there was two of these pieces. Kind of like that. This is from the side. Here's the handle this way. And then I was like, where is this thing coming out of? It's like here? Like that? And then this swoops around, and I just didn't like that. It felt weird. I couldn't imagine holding it. A 3D trapezoid, thank you. H North says, hey, Dan. Dan says, sup? I don't know. Can you hear him? Dude, you should come say hi. Say hi. Here, hold on. I'll switch it to camera. Hold on, just camera.
Sup?
Yo, this is Dan.
Hey.
Dan's pretty much the fucking best, and he's a super good tattoo artist. He did.
No way.
He did this. Look how good it looks.
Sick ink.
Yeah, and every time he sees it, because he did it years ago, he wants to go back in and redo it.
It's the curse. It's the curse. Good times.
Yep.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah. What if this thing was shaped like this? What if it was rectangular still? And then it had a cool curve, and then these were sectioned off. Like this. So you have these little grooves here, that comes down, then you have this cool little spiral shape. Wouldn't that be cool? Well, I fucking did it. I went and did it. And it looks like this. Boom. So now, this little boring shape, it was a pretty boring shape before, now it's become this cool whoop, whoop, little spiral guy. And then that makes so much more sense for this thing to come out of it. And then that to come down. It just feels better to me. I think it feels more functional. And it's weird because even though this is a completely fantastic made up thing, having it feel functional makes it feel, it's nicer to look at, I think. There we go. Now we clean. Okay. Like the Falcon one here, I have kind of some danglies. Maybe the planet could be a little dangly. Kind of deciding how we want this. We'll do like that. And then I'll grab a really dark one. A really dark one. And then go. And then I'm going to grab a really light color and go. Actually, not that bright. I got a little zealous. Yeah, that feels cool. Net Ninja gonna go heat up some KFC at 4 a.m. and vibe on the stream. Sword's coming out great. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Heating up KFC at 4 a.m. That's it's the cross section of living and adventuring and relaxing. There's a center in that, and it is heating up KFC at 4 a.m. with the secret herbs and spices. Dubai is like the California of the Arab world, also mega diverse. Yeah, that is like worldwide diverse from my understanding. Hey, I heard a rumor about Dubai, and it seemed a little crazy to be true. I heard that since it's like super cool and trendy to have really nice cars. The car sales places are pretty loose with the loans to get cars. So people get cars and then they can't afford them and then they abandon them. Is that true? Like, I heard that there was like tons of really nice abandoned cars around Dubai that just sit there. Yeah, that happened during the recessions. Okay. People couldn't pay the loans, but they were like really, that legit happened. Okay. So it was like half true. Bugattis and Ferraris and Porsches. Yeah. Just left running at the airport. Oh my God. That is insane. Dude, those cars are like a couple of $100,000 and they're collecting dust. Yeah. See, that is a little bit why I was like, there's no way that can be true. You know, I just kind of instantly was thinking, oh, there must be something else to it. But if it's paired with the recession, that makes way more sense that they were getting loans and then they were like, can't pay it. I'm getting out of here. So I don't have to deal with this. 10 Bugattis, couple Enzos in the dust, and I just cry. Could you imagine if one of these swords was lying around? Somebody took the loan on the sword and couldn't pay it. I kind of like the idea that maybe it's stone. It kind of adds to this mysteriousness. It's like, what is this thing? What is this weapon? Yeah, I think this is feeling pretty good. Pretty dang good. I kind of like how this looks a little more like, almost like patinaed. Or just really worn. I'm going to go and do the outline solid over it again. I can say that I'm much happier with how this is turning out today than I did last time I was painting it. I was a little frustrated with it secretly. But I was having fun doing it, and that's the only important part for me lately. Just like, are you having fun with it? Then keep painting. Yeah, here, I'm going to click save. Saving's important, especially when you've been painting for a few hours. Every time I have gone back and just retried and repainted a little something again, generally just looks better anyways. There's like this fear that if you paint something again, it's wasted time, or oh, it's gonna look worse, or blah blah blah. It's like, no, it'll look better. You'll thank yourself that you went back in and just did it again. And I sometimes just kind of make agreements in my head. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna paint this until it looks okay. Like, so one artist was like, oh, you just paint until you're not angry at it. Normally tonight I would be watching WrestleMania, but it's only on the Peacock network, and I don't know if this is true, but if you pay the fee to have the service, apparently they still run ads. So if I paid for it, I would still be seeing commercials every time I watched WWE, which is pretty unacceptable to me. I do not want to do that. So I opted out. I will be painting with you all instead of watching wrestling. It's the fun of painting with no plan, is that you have no plan. And then the other side of painting with no plan is that you have no plan, so you need to actually figure out what you're painting, and that's sort of the fun that I'm in right now. It's like, okay, this is working. The shapes are fun. Things are happening. Also, what the crap am I doing? What am I painting? True story. I have to kind of actively try not to make concentration faces when I'm painting on stream. Because you know what my face wants to do? It's kind of cool. It's looking more iridescent. And I think what's doing that is that it has the purples and the blues and the reds going on in there. Oh yeah, it's looking mighty holographic. It looks much more magical now, I think. Before it kind of did, like Net Ninja said, it was kind of a dull, it's sort of a dull wood look. I didn't really like it. Okay, I'm gonna do an airbrush for these lower parts to imply some of the shading changing, because I don't want to overpower it. I'm gonna do soft light layer, which means really gentle. Really gentle. Shh. So if this pushed in a little bit like this, the light from here would catch this side, and this would be a shadow. Okay. I'm doing it. I'm using light to paint divots. Okay, Corwin, calm down. Calm down. This is no time to panic. Do y'all have concentration faces when you're painting? Do you make silly faces? I go back when I'm editing this stuff and I just laugh and laugh because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm making like a really serious face. And then one time in high school, I was Skyping a friend and I was drawing while we were talking. And at one point, She asked me if I was mad at her. And I was like, no, why? Why would you be? You would, yeah. You're just sitting there having fun drawing, and then meanwhile you look at yourself in the camera and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm grimacing. And then you just look so angry. Resting drawing face. Significant other says that my eyebrows tell a story. That's such a like kind way to put it. It's like is the angle, the more angle of the eyebrows, the more you're feeling. H North spells thick with 4 C's, which is the difference scientifically between thick, which is great, and thick. Thick. Totally. It's another level. Yeah, this is bordering on thick. You notice I'm saving the blade till last. It's because I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Yeah. This is feeling good. I think this is good for today. Getting all of this stuff done. Getting this look at this little planet. Look how cute it is. It's so cute. Yeah, this is feeling very celestial now. Before, it looked really old. It looked old in like a crappy way. like everything was a little too aged. What? More of an ordeal. It's gone from being a chore to something I actually look forward to. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight, baby. Ain't nothing but a peanut. Ronnie Coleman-isms are just so good. Whenever I can make red and green work together and not look like holiday colors, victory. I want these to appear as if they are flat planes, so even though I'm tempted to do these kind of smaller marks and give it some texture, it's not really making it look like a flat piece, so I'm going to just do them in chunks. So I'm going to go use my lasso tool like this. Too much. Let's go to 10%. Push and pull. Push and pull. Just a gentle tug of war. And that's okay. It's okay to slow down and paint stuff you've never painted before. So eventually it just becomes a thing that you have painted before and you have made before. Oh my gosh, that's not a good color either. Here, the light's coming down this way. So I'm kind of deciding, like, where would these little sheens of light be? Had to do some self-soothing after work and some retail therapy. LMAO, now I'm here. H North. Oh no. I'm sorry to hear that, but you've got this, H North. Thank you. Yeah, this is a supportive place, and I think it's super important that you did your self-soothing. I was thinking about how your environments can affect you. So, have you ever had it where you feel like crap and somebody invites you to like a party or something, and you say, I don't know if I'm gonna go, and then you go to the party and you find yourself energized and you start maybe even thinking more positively, and you feel your worries start to go away just because of your surroundings. And that's kind of the feeling of being lifted up by your surroundings. But I think it can happen almost as much the other way, where sometimes it's like if you're having an okay day and you're just in these surroundings where people are like dragging you down and they're arguing or there's extenuating circumstances, and those things can pull you into that feeling. And that's why I think having time alone and taking care of yourself, getting on your own wavelength is so important, because you can go into an environment like that, and sometimes you have to, it's work, and you're like, God, this sucks. And then you slowly come back into your own time and your own place, and you meditate, and you think about what your intentions are and what you want for your night, and you start reacting that way. Said he was having trouble focusing at work today. Actually, he said he couldn't give a damn about work. So guys, we have a lot of people here. What do you do for yourself when work is frustrating? I know Morbid Ordeal and I had started this conversation earlier, and I know that important for us is gym time, because gym is always challenging. You can get on your own wavelength, put in your headphones. It's kind of your world. It's just you and the weights. And that's been really important for me. Music has been really important. That Ninja, get into my car, beach, turn off your phone for 2 hours. Yep. Morbid Ordeal, drugs mostly. And Lynn, gym has been one of the major things to help me with my anxiety and depression lately. It's the only thing helping me deal with all of the feelings. Welcome to the Church of Iron. Crom welcomes you. She turns off her phone, puts on a record, and paints random crap in a sketchbook and nothing else all night. Get myself some noms. I like that. I like all of these options. I think they're all great. Morbid Ordeal, but the more serious answer, see, we're kidding around a little bit. More serious answer is often journaling or listening to good music in a dark room. Net Ninja, want to start rock climbing or indoor rock climbing? Yeah. You know, I'm noticing kind of a trend in all of our things is the way that we're like moving our bodies after we're stressed, whether it's like lifting weights or like climbing or going to the beach or painting. Those are all, or journaling even. It's like the way you're moving your body and your hands. This color burn effect is helping it look more like glass, so I'm gonna do it. The handle looked a little flat here, so I want to just brighten that up just using an airbrush. All right, that's the Cosmos Cleaver there in all its glory. So now the fun part will be to pull this sketch to the side of it. So crazy how far that's come. And Lynn says, I wish there was a clap emoji here. I love it. H-Nor says, woo! Yeah, not bad for a 12-hour painting. I'm liking it. Now we do some screenshots. Social medias.